What's up, subs? Welcome to another episode of Creatia Conversation, where we talk about all that nerd shit on Pornhub and other places. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a local, welcome back. Thank you for watching us live here on Twitch, if you're here on Twitch. And that would be twitch.tv/Creatia World. Also, well, hold on. Before I get ahead of myself, I'm Hex or Bridget. I'm your host, and I'm joined by the Will Gray. What's up, man? How's it going?
So far, so good. I say it almost daily when I'm on here. This is the beginning of my day. This is always the first thing that I do if I'm working. So it's like I'll start my day with creation, then just go from there. That way I don't have to worry about it. I'm not lazy. I'm like a wizard. I
Oh,
just show
okay.
up when I plan to. I'm never early and I'm never on time. I just show up precisely when I plan to be
When you're
somewhere.
needed, yeah.
Yep. That's just how I work. So this is just the start of my day. And it's a good start so far. It's good to see you. How are you?
Good. How are you? Just reading Ty's comment. Like, is me Hex and Travis's freedom at stake while Mara remains the house? Nigga, leave Mara alone. I'm dressed for the occasion today. I wore this at an ugly sweater party that I hosted, and I was like, well, I wore it once, so let me like wear it again. Let me just show it off to you guys. This little dress has like bells on it and everything. Um, yeah, I'm. I don't know if I want to be like, yeah, HR for the North Pole is fair. Like, I handle all of like Mrs. Claus's issues and Mr. Santa Claus's issues as well. Any like fights they have, I'm like the mediator. But I'm doing well. Just been doing some art stuff as I do. Um, I have been watching. I had something for this. You go first. What have you been watching? What have you been playing?
For the most part, and I'm going to be completely honest, since the last time that I saw you, I was getting ready to dive into Lego Fortnite, and that's probably honestly been 80% of my little bit of free time I've had when I'm not podcasting or cooking or working or preparing to
Mm-hmm.
do one of those things. It's amazing. It's better than I
I
thought it was going to be.
yeah
Everything that I said when we watched the trailers for it, I was like, I hope it's not, and it wasn't. It's other
yeah
than a few buggy things with the programming, it's flawless.
yeah
Um, so that's pretty much it. That, and I'm just like I said, just kind of plowing through food shows, getting the other side of my brain back intact while I get
yeah.
ready to start cooking again.
I played actually a little bit of the Lego Fortnite last night. I'm gonna have to add you so maybe we can like piddle paddle together. Like, um, it's super cute. It's very like easy to use. Um, Matt has beat Final Fantasy. I'm assuming is what that's a reference to. Um, Good job. Proud of you.
Well done, sir.
Well
Well done.
done. You maybe that's what me and Travis should have done. Like maybe we should have waited to play it and instead of like I don't know if I can go back now at this point. But yeah, the Lego Fortnite super cute, seamless, like in the sense that it's easy to understand. Playing Minecraft, I remember it just being like, what do I do? But like in this, it's just like you don't necessarily need a pickaxe to punch some rocks. It might make it easier, but you just,
Theoretically, you can just run around and hit everything and destroy it all with
yeah,
your fist if you choose to.
yeah. I do have the Baldur's Gate bug. I was working earlier, and I was like, man, I really would rather be playing this fucking game. I can't get it. It's like a disease. I'm like, I just don't want it. This is why I hesitated so much to play this fucking game because I was like, I know it's going to take over my life, and I don't know if I want it to, but that's why I've been playing Baldur's Gate. I'm still in Act 1, um, working on too many things at the same time, trying not to get fucked. I keep losing this one fight, and it's driving me crazy, but I'm determined to beat it today. And watching, I've been watching. I did watch a little bit of that Batman movie on Prime. I think it's like a Christmas Batman I'll have to look up the name, but it's super
The
cute.
animation?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked so good.
It's really good. I started it, but I did not finish. And then my partner was watching. First, he watched Suits, which I was just kind of like. When I say I'm watching, it's like I'm watching, but I'm watching him watch this. And he was watching Suits, and also finished Power, which is just like Black Game of Thrones, but in the hood, basically gangster Game of Thrones. And now he's watching American Horror Story. So, and I'm watching him watch that. I need to probably get a life and watch something by myself. But
I also
um
watch things vicariously through the people around me.
yeah,
That's
it's hard to like I don't like making decisions a lot. Like I make a lot of decisions throughout the day, so by the time I'm able to watch something, I'm just like just whatever. Just put whatever on. It's easier that way.
I've given up making decisions in my life.
Hmm.
I think it was you and me that were talking about it, the Steve Jobs effect, when I read his biography, like how he took away meaningless decisions in his life. Like if he was having dessert at home, he had vanilla ice cream because that way he didn't have to fucking worry about it. And I'm
Right.
not quite there yet,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you, like you taking out menial decisions in my life, it's like
Yeah.
eggs and toast. I know what I'm gonna eat. You know what? It's
Easy. It's
yes.
easy. But I just want to thank you again for tuning in on twitch.tv/Creatia World. And also, you can watch us on youtube.com/Creatia World. Make sure you check us out there. There's tons of stuff for you to watch there as far as Smacking It Raw and all the Creatia conversations up to this point. There's a lot of content there for you. Also, don't forget about Pornhub. We love Pornhub. Pornhub.com/model/Creatia World. I'm sure if you just type in Creatia World in the search bar, you'll be able to find us. Check out our stuff there. We'd love it if you watch us there. Pornhub is not just for porn, as it turns out. So you can learn stuff. It's almost like a library for knowledge. But more on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure you flick that bean, flick the bell, click the bell, get notifications for us from there. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, which most people do, make sure that you activate your Prime Gaming subscription. Give it to us. I would like it. Please give it to me harder. And with that, I think it's newsy time. Newsy time.
I
Newsy
write down
time.
notes on Post-its and I put them on my desk so I can remember them for later. I just wrote down Pornhub is a library of knowledge.
Yes. Yes. That was off the dome. I'm spitting. I'm spitting right now. Anyway, newsy time. So this is close to my heart, near and dear, and that's why it is the headline, because I wanted it to be, damn it. Archer Into the Cold trailer released. As most of you know, I was the illustrator on Archer for a solid 5 years. So I started at season 9 up until season 14. And it's been a wild ride. For the final finale, at least, we were working on it. And at one point, they were like, hey, so actually, we're going to make this like a long episode. They didn't say movie, they just called it a long episode. So that is what you guys are finally getting to see. And it's funny because looking at the trailer, I have no recollection whatsoever of what I have worked on. Like it just leaves my brain what shots and stuff I've worked on. But I'm sure like once I see it, I'm like, oh, I did that. But this comes from Comic Book by Nick Valdez. Archer ended its run with 14 seasons earlier this fall, but has released the first trailer for its special series finale event, Archer Into the Cold, which I feel like that's like a reference, but I don't know what for. There's a lot of random references in that show that I feel like you have to be a certain fan of certain things to get into. But with the series wrapping up its run with FX after 14 seasons, the final episode of Archer's TV series ended things on a massive cliffhanger. Thankfully, it was soon confirmed that the series would have one final outing planned with a new series finale special coming in just a few more days. That's December 17th. This finale event will be a new special taking on those final plot threads, but it's still very much shrouded in mystery, even though I know what happens. Not really, I didn't watch it. I just, after a certain point, I just like, what's my assignment? Let me do it, whatever. And then like, I'll be like, hey guys, what's happening? Like, what's going on in this episode? um, have you watched Archer at all? It's okay. It won't hurt my feelings if you have.
I love the fact that you don't remember this because you and I have had this conversation, and I
Yeah,
kind of
fair.
fanboyed out on you for a little bit because I waited for you to bring it up to me because I was a huge fan of the show from the beginning, almost all the way through the end.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. So yeah,
What
I'm
who's your favorite character?
Lana for the longest time, and Archer's mom.
Mallory. Rest in peace. God damn it. Yeah, Mallory's great. I'm a big Pam fan. She's like my girlfriend. I love Pam. Um, but yeah, it's releasing December 17th. Well, it's still unclear as of the time of this writing, the article writing, just how long the finale will be. I'm letting you know. I'm like, where's the like laser dot on my forehead? Like, just it's an hour at least. Um, let's see. Unclear about how long it will be. Now fans have gotten a new look at what to expect from the event with the first teaser trailer of Archer Into the Cold. Um, and it goes on and on, but let's go ahead and check it out. How about we do that? Um, yeah, I think a lot of people did not like the coma seasons, which is fair, but I found that they were like endearing. It felt to me like it wasn't like, well, they ran out of stuff to write, and more so like, let's see what we can do with this, that type of thing. So
I
yeah,
feel
let's see.
like it was one of those shows for me where it had peaks and valleys, like a ton of
Yeah,
shows.
yeah,
And there are episodes that I've only seen one time, and then there are the staples where I've seen like season one was a go to bed show for me for a while when I was
yeah.
younger. Because I would watch those first few seasons just on repeat because they were
Mhm.
hilarious, you know? So
Yeah, the writing, like that's one of the things with Archer. It's always gotten like really good marks on the writing, and the writer Adam Reed, he also voices Ray Gillette in the show. So let's take a look at this.
there's no sound.
I did that, Pam. See. Woohoo! Make sure you go stream on Hulu. Support me because you love me. Maybe. But yeah, that's Archer Into the Cold. It's going to be a fun episode for sure.
Let me
Um,
ask you a question about Archer.
yeah, sure.
Somebody who spent as long as you did on the team and working through it and the ups and downs of doing anything film or animation or TV related. How did it feel for you to have that completion of finishing your duties with that team, with that show, however you want to look at it as an animator? How did you feel?
Well, wow, that's real deep. It was I will say it was really like a big deal for me because Archer was like my first job, like the industry job out of college. So seeing it end was quite emotional for me. I like went through all of the stages of grief, like in denial and all of that, and then came to the conclusion of like buying myself flowers because I felt I was proud to have been a part of it and um, to have worked on it for so long because the honestly it's one of those shows where we would get a lot of people in and out, like moving on to different projects and stuff. But having been there since season 9, was really, it made me a senior in some ways. So it, as someone with rampant ADHD, it was really cool to just like finish something from start to finish. So I'm really proud of what we've done. Um, and I hope that you all will watch it as well. Ty says that knowing I worked on Archer ranks me higher. Woohoo! Like,
Fair.
am I at like the top now? Like, what's the ranking though? I need to know like the
The
order.
ranking of the Creatia crew according to
The
Ty.
Creatia crew. That's my new favorite thing. But yeah, that's Archer. I'm wondering what you guys are hoping to see. And let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you think.
Are you gonna watch it the day it comes out?
What is that? That
The
will
17th, I
be
think, is what it said.
Sunday. Yeah, I probably will. Uh I wonder if it's streaming straight to Hulu or if it's going to show on FX and then the next day, because that's usually what they would do. But it did say to Hulu, so I probably will watch it. Like maybe I'll have a little watch party, or something like that. So
That's cool.
yeah. I have like a lot of I have like 4 posters, Archer, like, because at the end of each season you would get like a big poster for the show, and we would sign them. Like everybody that worked on it would sign them. I have one like for the space season. There's like a giant dick on it that someone drew on there, and like I was so anxious about it. It's like it's a silver Sharpie, and my mom was like, "Wow," and I was like, "Yeah," but she just didn't notice it. She saw like all the signatures and stuff. So, but yeah, it's we'll do a little watch party probably. Let's see, what do we have up next? I have a Civil War. This comes from IGN. Alex Garland's Civil War gets a gripping first trailer. This is by Ryan Leston. Alex Garland's Civil War is about to rock America with a gripping first look teaser trailer. This gives me like Handmaid's Tale vibes for sure. Set in the near future, Civil War follows a journalist played by Kirsten Dunst and a group of friends and colleagues as they make their way through the fractured USA to head to Washington, D.C. Alongside Dunst, we find Stephen McKinley Henderson, Wagner Moura, and Kaylee Spain, with some appearances from Jesse Plemons and the sorry, I'm like words. Inimitable Nick Offerman. That's like a choice of a word there.
As the president. Choice for a word.
Yeah. As the president of the United States. So let's check out that trailer. I love Nick Offerman. I liked him in Parks and Rec. Very good in that show. But also he's just funny in general. So let's take a look at this trailer and see what it's got.
I'm a fan of Parks and Rec, but I was always a bigger Office fan.
Really? I did not finish The Office.
Really?
I finished Parks and Rec.
I watched all of Parks and Rec one good time all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
A24, you can never go wrong there.
Yeah.
There's still no audio coming through.
For the video?
Yeah.
That's weird.
The last one I was getting some, but not all of it. And then you turned it up a little bit, and I was like, maybe it's just my speaker or my headphones. Now there's none for this video. So this is live TV. Are you in a different browser than what the StreamYard is?
Yes, that might be it.
Switch it over to the same browser that you're in.
Let me do that really quick then. Intermission, you guys.
StreamYard's super weird about that. If you don't
Yeah.
stream from the same browser, so like I have our profile, then I have my personal profile. So if I were to stream share with you, I would have to stream share from the gray Chrome, not the red Chrome. You see what I mean?
Yeah. I follow you. So
Okay.
I should do Chrome tab. Let me do that. And then
Here we
how
are.
about now? Yeah,
Got
okay.
it.
Let's start it over then.
States have seceded. The United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The three-term president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America?
You just try to stay out. With what we see on the news seems like it's for the best.
Citizens of America, the so-called Western forces of Texas and California have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military.
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens?
Yeah.
I mean, I would feel like that would be a yes.
We need to go down there.
They shoot journalists on sight in the Capitol. Every instinct in me says this is death. Blooded.
Every time I survived the war zone, I thought I was sending a warning home. Don't do this. But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What? We're American, okay?
Okay. What kind of American are you?
Jesus.
You don't know?
The right one? Giving like Last of Us vibes for me.
That question is terrifying.
Yeah, that's like such a heavy, loaded question.
Yes.
You're gonna hang back.
I'm not hanging back.
One nation under God,
Ugh.
indivisible, with liberty
Justice for all.
and justice for all.
When I was in journalism school, you study a little bit of like what the people would be like in wartime. You know what I mean? Like the things, it's a different type of journalism. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The idea of having to do that in the States
is wild.
wild.
Wild for sure.
like combat journalism is nuts. Like it's
Yeah.
its own specialty of things. Like people have to be like special training to do it. The idea of a journalist in the United States needing that training to just go out and do their job is unreal. And it's
Yeah.
terrifying that that's probably not too far from the truth.
I mean, yeah, like my husband, he's in the army, but also studied journalism. So, or like his bachelor's is in journalism, and so I'm sure that
Mine
he
as
also
well.
has some comments and concerns on that front as well. But yeah, that looked very intense, very scary. Like that's like, to me, that's a scary movie. You know, like when it comes to like horror films, I can do anything like gory, except for ghosts. I can't do like ghosts are like weird for me, but I can do like Conjuring and stuff like that. But to me, that is like scary movie. Because
My
it's like, how
anxiety.
real is it? Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
anxiety type
See,
thing.
horror movies don't really like scare me in a sense. I'm like, oh God, I go to bed at night and I'm like, shit, is Freddy gonna get me? This
Yeah,
movie terrifies me because sometimes I could go to bed at night going, am I the right kind of American? Like,
literally,
that's
it's
the
like
kind of shit that am I gonna have to answer that question someday?
the
Like,
shit that
how
makes
do I
you
answer that?
think like,
Yeah,
you know, yeah, that's really spooky, scary.
that's way scarier than Jason Voorhees.
It's literally because it's closer to home. You know, it could very well be a real problem, in an alternate universe. You know, or our current one. But yeah, that was
That was
scary.
intense.
Yeah. Civil War is what that movie is called. I think we saw spring 2024. It was written and directed by Alex Garland, who is known for the sci-fi hit Ex Machina and as well as Annihilation and the recent folk horror Men. He also wrote the hit British zombie film 28 Days Later. So that
Love
kind of
28 Days Later.
I haven't seen any of those 28 days, hours, minutes.
It was him and Danny Boyle,
Oh.
the guy who did Train Spotting.
Mm.
What's up, Tommy? Good to see you, bud. So I was a fan going into it because I was one of those, I was a journalism major in the early 2000s. I thought Train Spotting was the fucking bee's knees. I was, you know what I mean? Like, so when Danny Boyle released a zombie movie, I was all about it. So seeing the writers go forward, 20 years later in my life when I'm actually using my writing stuff, I'm like, hell yeah. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Nostalgia.
Yeah, this is the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. It's I will probably be watching that. It looks like it's definitely going to be like a date night type of movie, and then when we finish it, we'll just be like, wow. Like, whoa.
Go watch something for like eye bleach. Will mispronounced accountant. You're the only person that sees my nudes, Ty.
Oh shit. But yeah, that looks very dystopian, very I think those are the type of movies that are like heavy for me, are dystopian movies. And up next we have Fortnite, in a sense. I believe that's where, yeah. Epic Games wins shocking upset in Google Monopoly trial. I'm not like well versed on trial type news, but this one kind of interested me. Epic Games sued Google over anti-competitive practices and won. A jury in the Epic versus Google case delivered a swift verdict, concluding that the giant tech firm was operating an illegal monopoly on Android devices in the form of the Google Play storefront. The verdict included findings that Google not only abused the ties between its app store and billing services to harm companies like Epic Games, but that its distribution agreements with video game publishers like Activision, Ubisoft, Square Enix, and others were monopolistic as well. Judge James Donato still has to decide on which remedies the court will apply to rectify the problems, and Google has already announced it will appeal the outcome. I watched a bunch of Suits, couldn't tell you what any of that means, but I'm thinking it's in favor of Epic Games. This is a quote. Today's verdict is a win for all app developers and consumers around the world, by Epic Games, on its blog on December 12th. It proves that Google's App Store practices are illegal, and they abuse their monopoly to extract exorbitant fees, stifle competition, and reduce innovation. I myself am an Apple person. I guess it makes sense, but I didn't realize that Fortnite was on mobile. But
there's a story there.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there. But yeah, the verdict came after a surprisingly bonkers trial. The court case, which was meticulously covered by The Verge, included everything from Google seemingly destroying evidence, to the company holding secret backroom deals with smartphone companies and game publishers. Google reportedly spent billions as part of Project Hug to try to effectively bribe Activision and others into not launching rival app stores so it could continue to maintain complete control over the Android marketplace. Testimony appeared to show a concerted effort by Google to stop big game companies like Epic, Riot Games, and others from launching rival app stores on Android devices, with an end result of that strategy being absurdly profitable 30% flat fee on all Google Play Store sales. Ooh, I love secret backroom deals. Honestly, like, this is one of the things, like, when people are like surprised to see like someone do something bad that's in high power, I'm always like, in my head, I'm like, I feel like at a certain age, when I became conscious, I was like, we're all people, though. And people do bad things. Like, or like, like when you're like, do you think someone would really spit in my drink if they were mad at me at this restaurant? It's like, well, if you pissed them off, if you pissed me off, I would. Like if like that's the type of things you have to think about. Like these are just people. They're not better than us in any way, shape, or form. So if they're wanting money, if they're trying to monopolize their platform, I get it. It's interesting because I feel like Android is the opposite of Apple in the sense that it gives you that freedom to choose. So to see Google trying to monopolize that makes them more like Apple than I thought they maybe were, But yeah, it seems like trial stuff, courtrooms, gavels, and wigs. That's yeah.
Epic has the ultimate version of like they'll walk. If I said they walked into the room and they swung it around, would you understand what I was saying?
Gotcha.
They did that with Apple. That's why Fortnite
Mm.
isn't available on Apple anymore, because Apple was like, if you want to sell V-Bucks in your store, you got to do microtransactions through us. And they were like, fuck you, we're out. So the only version of Fortnite you can play on a Mac, one, you can't get it on your phone or mobile at all anymore. And on the computer, you get the worst vanilla version of like season 1 act 1 Fortnite ever. And they intentionally do it. No microtransactions, no skins, no locker changes, no battle pass.
Wow.
Nothing. And they did it on purpose to stick it to Apple. Now they're sticking it to Google. And this is something that they've done since they came out, and I'm here for it. Just like keep sticking it to the man,
Yeah, the article continues to say, like, with another quote, "Victory over Google" by Epic CEO Tim Sweeney. After 4 weeks of detailed court testimony, the California jury found against the Google Play monopoly on all counts. The court's work on remedies will start in January. Thanks for everyone's support and faith. Free Fortnite. But yeah, like some comments in that article are like they seem to be in favor of Epic Games, like, but also like Epic may have won this case, but we don't know what the actual remedies will entail. Google lost because they performed some anti-competitive practices, like making deals with companies to stop them from releasing competing app stores. That, along with deleting a mountain of communications device or evidence, made Google look real shady, and it definitely did. Just from reading it, I'm like, oh, that sounds shady. A little bit sus. Honestly, I expect the remedy will just be a big fine for Google and an explicit prohibition of deals intended to suppress competing app stores. However, Google will still decide on what goes on Google Play, and third-party companies will still be able to sideload apps onto Android devices. That comes from Jarek. This is from Kotaku, by the way, written by Ethan Gack. But yeah, some shady courtroom Phoenix Wright level shit going on over here. White privilege does often win. Ain't shit happen. I think shit will happen to Google, but they can afford it, so we won't see any nothing will happen to Google. Nothing bad. They'll just
They
pay
own
out.
like 60% of the server space of the internet. They'll just out everybody for the creeps that everybody really is, and the world knows that. So everybody's like, let's just not fuck with Google.
Yeah, Google, Amazon, and Apple are like up there. But it's about that time for some ads, you guys. We if you don't want ads, make sure you check out Patreon. But check it out anyway, just for me. That's patreon.com/Creatia World. We've got a lot of stuff going on Patreon. Some of that includes Sorry about to sneeze. Okay. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff on Patreon, including the Multiverse with Mara and Travis, where they watch animated DC films. The last one they watched was The Killing Joke. I'm expecting them to upload the new one soon. The new episode soon. Hand Jobs for Strippers. That's with Matt and Kate for If You Have to Ask, which is a Am I the Asshole Reddit. And not necessarily just Reddit, but a lot of it comes from Reddit. Questions, as well as Return to Wrestling with Travis and Matt, Spring Stampede 1998. And maybe soon something from me, because they all have their own things on Patreon. Maybe I should have something too. But with that, I'll give you some ads.
Spice things up in the bedroom? Then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Because you see, Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, AdamandEve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creationworld.com and use the offer code erotica at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creationworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description. Are you tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try Dubby, the ultimate energy source. Dubby is a powerful, clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, Dubby can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, Dubby is made with high-quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix Dubby with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creationworld.com and order your Dubby today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at dubby.creationworld.com for 10% off. Try Dubby today and feel the difference. The link is in the description.
And we are back. Welcome back. Thanks for staying. Thanks for hanging out. This released earlier today, actually. I'm glad I caught it like 10 minutes before we went live. We've got Kung Fu Panda. Have you watched Kung Fu Panda?
I love Kung Fu Panda.
Really? I don't know why I'm surprised for some reason. Oh my God, Kung Fu Panda. Yeah, I haven't seen it in it's been years at this point since the last one was out, but I feel like all three were really good. The first one, if you know me, my favorite animal for continuously up to this point is a panda. I like red pandas, I think, a little bit more now at this point because they're very, very cute. But I do really like pandas. They're adorable, but also it was one of those animals that was exotic at the zoo in Atlanta, because Atlanta is one of the few zoos that has them. And I recently read that whatever sanctions or whatever that the U.S. has with China, they have not. We were just like being loaned the pandas. Like those pandas will not be continuing to stay in the US next year. So if you're near a zoo that has a panda, this may be your last chance to see it, which is sad. But pandas, Kung Fu pandas specifically. Yeah, I haven't. It's a really good film. I love Kung Fu movies, so Kung Fu Panda is all where I'm at. So let's watch this trailer for Kung Fu Panda and see what it's all about. Kung Fu Panda 4. And also Jack Black. We love him. He's great.
When the first one came out, I was actually training at a Kung Fu school at the time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Long story short, I have the equivalent of a black belt in praying mantis Kung Fu. So, of course, I loved Kung Fu Panda because I was a big fat guy doing little man Kung Fu. Of course.
Yeah. What did I say that said, oh, pandas are white and black? I'm like, what? Oh, yeah. Okay, fair. Listen, like, they're doing their best, okay? Leave them alone.
That's why I like sloths. You just hustle at your own speed.
Just, yeah. Move at your own pace.
It is time to take the next step on your journey.
I'm not going to be the dragon warrior anymore?
You will advance to spiritual leader.
I have some heavy thoughts on pandas. Honestly, that's fair.
Inner peace.
Keep your surf off my turf.
Dinner, please. Dinner with peas in a sesame soy glaze. This is not working at all.
Tai Lung.
What?
Big fan. Once I possess the kung fu of every master villain, no one will dare question my power.
Not even the great dragon warrior.
Who's that?
The most powerful shape-shifting sorceress, the chameleon.
How do I find this, the chameleon?
I'm gonna lead you right to her front door.
It was against an army.
Then we'll just have to get an army of our own.
What is this place?
The best crooks and criminals live here.
You're a wanted criminal?
You sound surprised. Is it surprising?
Now you kids be careful of those fireworks.
Violence makes our tummies tingle.
Why should we help you? We can take down the chameleon.
Oh, you heard her. I didn't even recognize that was on.
What do I know about being a spiritual leader? What is it you're hoping?
People really like dog on her a bit.
You were chosen to become something more than you already
I have
are.
no like real opinion about it.
How should we do this? Quick and painless?
Yeah.
Or slow and painful?
Slow and painful.
You finally met your match, chameleon.
We're not so different, you and I.
Skadoosh. Stand back.
Skadoosh.
I'm gonna kick my butt.
Oh. That was cute. That was super cute. Kung Fu Panda 4 trailer sees Poe set out on a quest to find a new dragon warrior. This comes from IGN by Adele Anchors Range. The first trailer for Kung Fu Panda 4 is here, featuring the return of Jack Black as Poe alongside a wild assortment of new and returning characters. The action-packed trailer gives fans a teaser of what's to come in the next kick-butting chapter of the smash hit animated franchise. It sees Poe preparing to relinquish his Dragon Warrior role to assume the position of spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace. But first, he must train his successor, the crafty and quick-witted fox named Zhen. That looks like it'll be a fun time for sure. Like, I like Kung Fu movies in general, especially like animated martial art content. Like I loved Avatar, The Last Airbender. anything with like or like a Blue-Eyed Samurai, Kung Fu Panda. It's a real hard thing to be able to capture those fighting moves and positions, and it's all about movement. And so I like to see it done in animation because it can be done really in a sense that shows the art form of animation and the martial art. So I'm super excited to see how that goes.
That was really eloquent. I don't have anything to follow.
Oh, okay. I was like, no, thank you. I was like, words. Sometimes I can be moderately eloquent, and sometimes I'm like, what? So it is what it is. Let's see what we have. Dune. Are you a Dune fan?
I'm a little bit of a Dune fan. A little bit. The last few trailers have really hyped me up. I know the new one dropped. So I'm excited. It's getting me more excited about it.
Did you watch the one that came up? Yeah.
Yes.
As someone who did not know what Dune, like I'd heard of it, but that's like beyond me. Like my mom was like, "Oh, Dune, that's like an old movie." I'm like, "Oh, really?" Like I haven't seen or read or.
Thanks for that. My mom said it was an old movie.
Sorry. I was like, "Oh, you're welcome." I was like, "Oh, this is." Yeah, it's a classic. I'll say that. Yes, Louisiana, The Last Flood is my version of Avatar. Literally. The last flood, the last tornado, the last forest fire. But Dune 2 is coming. What are your thoughts on Timothée Chalamet, by the way? Do you have any thoughts on this person? Me and my husband were like he was like, I think that he's this generation's Leonardo DiCaprio. But what we were really trying to get at, I think, which I realized the other night, I was like, oh my God, I think what we're trying to say, he's the new leading man of this era right now. He's got a face with a jaw that could cut diamonds, which I'm not like into a hard jaw personally. But he's done well with he's Wonka. I'm not gonna say he's a twink, but it is shocking that he is with Kylie Jenner. I will say that is a little bit weird to me. But I don't know what else has he been in besides. Wasn't he in something with Zendaya though? I can't think of it right now.
I'm really terrible with actors' names.
Really?
I've called Keanu Reeves I called Keanu Reeves Neo for years. You know what I mean? Like, I think Bill Murray might be the only actor I actually call by their real name.
Yeah. Oh, Dune was the movie he was with. Okay, I was like, Dune? Yeah, that's the movie he was in with her. But so yeah, Dune Part 2, new trailer. Romance, lots of sandworms. It's very much like to me, a different flavor of Star Wars. Sorry if that offends anyone. That's just kind of how I see it as someone who's not into either of those things. So
it's like Star Wars if Lucasfilms never existed.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take a look at this trailer and see what we got. Well, that's like a all sci-fi Star Wars.
All sci-fi is Star Wars.
It is what it is. This pose that he's in right now is very hero pose to me. It's like this is very much on purpose.
With a big explosion.
Yes.
It's okay. I'm here. It's been
Thank
a while
you,
since
Kai. I've
you've
been
had
saying that
one of
for a
those
long
nightmares.
time.
Tell me, what was it about?
It's only fragments. Nothing's clear. You've been fighting the Harkonnens for decades. My family's been fighting them for centuries.
Sorry.
Your
I
blood
was eating my internet No. Okay.
Them great houses. Here, we're equal.
Ghost in the Shell, Star Wars on Earth, and robots with law enforcement. That's like actually a very good way to describe Ghost in the Shell. I love Ghost in the Shell. And Tron is Star Wars, but inside video games. I was just listening to the album by Daft Punk earlier. It's so good.
Love Daft Punk.
With this prophet.
Love Daft Punk.
They'd rather. He's psychotic.
Christopher Walken. Can never go wrong with Christopher Walken.
Possible futures all at once. And in so many futures, our enemies prove
Good to see him.
I do
Dave
see a way.
Bautista coming back. That's cool.
Way through.
That is terrifying. I just want to be a regular person, not fighting in any army, in my home, an alchemist or like a blacksmith or something.
You believe me?
Regular
I want
life.
to see a space movie where we get to see what like a space vacation would be like without the world ending.
Yeah. We should write that.
I want you to know I will love you as long as I breathe.
The music's good though.
As long as you stay who you are.
Consider what you're about to do, you Paul Atreides.
Speaking of Daft Punk, I rewatched the Interstellar 5555, the anime movie that Daft Punk made for their Discovery album. That is a very good movie. It's amazing. Good to study.
You are not prepared for what is to come.
You're right, I'm not. March 1st. That looks pretty cool. I remember when me and my partner watched Dune, we were very much like, wow, this is a beautiful film, but also like, what's going on? Do you know what's going on? No, I don't know what's going on. Like, what's happening? What is this movie? Like,
why does this group hate that group?
I
And
feel
why are
like
they fighting about it?
Yeah. It's a lot like one of those things for me, like Mad Max is one of those classics that I'd never seen. And so I was like, what's going on? What's happening? What's up, Mara? Hi, girl. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi, Mara.
Listen, even there's a certain amount of paying attention that you can do, but I don't like when films expect you to have read or seen the previous version when they claim to be a rework of it and then know what's going on. Sometimes I feel like that happens a lot. It's like, well, like The Witcher, which I love, but if you haven't played the game or read the books, that series is probably going to be like, what's going on? So yeah, I'm a big hater on that type of thing. It's like, if you're going to remake it, make it so that it's understandable. And also I can understand the desire to make true fans feel like they are seen, but at the same time, it's like, make it like a small Easter egg. Don't make it like the whole part of this thing. Yeah, it was 3.5 hours. It was a very long movie. I remember sandworms and sand and his dad
dying. That's pretty much you just summarized Dune in as few words as possible.
Yeah, I remember a fight in some sand, like squaring up. And yeah. But let's see wow, I actually had too much for today. That never happens. Usually I feel like I have to find extra stuff. Let's talk about Valve, the Steam Deck, which I would like one of those, to anybody who's rich enough to buy me one right now. This comes from Kotaku by Zach Zweisen. Valve to Steam Deck owners: stop huffing its vents. That is literally the title of the article. Stop huffing its fumes. Vent fumes. The image is very funny. I'm going to bring it up here for you guys. Let's see what we got here. Actually, let me move it over here. Then do this. Valve has a message to all you folks, including myself being the writer of the article, who love huffing your Steam Deck exhaust fumes. Stop it, please. Yeah, it's apparently it's a thing that is a problem. So, have you ever taken a break from playing your Steam Deck to sample the complex fragrances emanating from its exhaust vent? If so, you're not alone. Since the release of the handheld PC, many owners have reported that they can't stop sniffing the fumes that waft off out of the Steam Deck during play. It's become a bit of a meme among Steam Deck owners, with folks often posting online how much they enjoy the distinctive aroma. I'm one of those sickos, sticking my nose right above the exhaust and taking a big whiff each time I play. But someone finally asked Valve about it, and it turns out the company wants you all to knock it off. Yes. People are huffing steam fumes.
That
On December 12th, Reddit user Metapod100 shared a screenshot showing them asking Steam support if it was safe to inhale the exhaust fumes from the Steam Deck's top vent. The user pointed out that people enjoying the smell has become somewhat of a meme and admitted many folks really enjoy doing it. Will's ass cream greater than Steam Deck. Yeah, okay. Fair. And so Valve's response had the same vibes of a school teacher telling kids kindly but firmly to stop eating paste. Stop eating the Play-Doh. It's not food. It's not meant to be huffed. Stop it. As with all electronics, it's generally not recommended you inhale the exhaust fumes on your device, Steam support says. While there are no safety concerns with general usage, directly inhaling the device's fumes should be avoided. Yeah, so if you're, I don't own a Steam Deck, as I said, but this almost makes me curious to know what exactly that entails. Yeah, this guy said, yeah, with all yeah, don't do it. Valve's supports team added that while they understand that it's become a meme, they still want Steam Deck owners to refrain from this behavior for the safety of your health. And that's totally fair. It's a logical answer.
That's a be cautious, the contents of this cup are hot kind of warning.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, yeah, is the Switch still safe to sniff? That's like a tongue twister. Honestly, I don't huff my Switch myself, but if you do, no judgment. But yeah, that was an article that I thought was a little bit silly, a little bit funny. But yeah,
wow.
Yeah, I don't know, like if you have a Steam Deck. I'm sure I would have heard about it by now if you did, but it is something I'm curious to have. And we have one more trailer, and then we're gonna get out of here, you guys. This will be for Mouse. Have you heard of Mouse?
I have not.
It's a game. It looks very much like fucking Cuphead. So let's see what that is all about.
Thinking about huffing your Steam Deck. Having built a computer in the past, I know what goes in there.
Yeah.
And like the little adhesives and stuff. And I'm just sitting here thinking, when that CPU gets hot, like you're literally huffing glue.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Takes us back to Archer and Cheryl sniffing rubber cement glue. But this is Mouse. But yeah, like honestly, same. As someone who's built my PC and, put the stuff in there, I'm not like shoving my face up its ass trying to get a whiff, if you will.
No, I just smoke weed like a normal person.
Like a normal, regular person.
Just a normal dude.
This is very cool. Like, I love to see a good marriage of 2D and 3D in space, in a 2D and a 3D space. Especially when it's done well. I remember when anime started bringing like 3D into the mix, like Attack on Titan comes to mind, and it just looked weird. But I think that we're getting much better with it. Making stuff 3D look like it's 2D, but it's actually 3D. That's a fun little... This looks cool.
I like it.
Yeah, that's Mouse. Coming the same year that you get GTA 6. GTA 6, my bad. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, the shooting with the hands, that was super cool. Again, make sure you guys check out Patreon. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you do all of the things that we have, and follow, subscribe, like, comment, all of that stuff. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and X, or Twitter at It's Creatia World. Also, make sure you check out creatiaworld.com. It's kind of like a hub. If you check out creatiaworld.com, it's a hub for everything we have to offer. So it'll be easier for you to find what you're looking for. Also, facebook.com/Creatia World. Make sure you like our page there. If you're lonely and you want some friends, which I think a lot of adults could use more friends. It's not as easy as it used to be for us. And if you like dragons, make sure you check out our Facebook group, Dem Dragons. We talk about dragon stuff, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, even D&D, dragons. The tagline, dragons. Also, Smacking It Raw is the safest and funnest place to discuss wrestling stuff. I'm not a huge fan of wrestling myself, but that's what I hear, and I believe it. Will, where can they find you?
First and foremost, thank you for letting me hang out with you today and starting my Wednesday here. If you're interested in my shenanigans elsewhere, you can check my link tree at The Will Gray. You'll find everything I do for Botch Spots and Cheer Shots, Rivet City Radio, Creatia World, and Off the Top Media.
Hell yeah, that's hell yeah. Linktree. What is it?
The Will Gray.
Okay, yeah, sure. And for me, you follow me on Twitter or X at it's _PPower, or on Instagram at it's .ppower. And if you really want to check out my work, you can check out bridgetholmes.net. Nothing there but a portfolio, nothing actually like exciting. But if you want to see what I do for a living, you can check it out. And with that, I think that we're done here. So thanks for coming. Thank you for joining me, and bye-bye. Love you.